Hello, this is Dr. Chipmunk coming at you live from Grand Prix Shigane Manor. Well, actually, opposite of that, not coming at you live from Grand Prix Shigane Manor because I do not have the ability to stream. Apparently, you need to like register for that, and you need 24 hours warning. Anyways, I can't stream, but I can react to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 22 decks we will be seeing in this Grand Prix. Shigane Manor has been lovely so far. I hope everyone had a safe trip coming here. Um, yeah, I mean, always a great time visiting Kitsuo. And I've not looked at I've looked at like a couple of decks and I realized I should record a video about this. So let's get started with our first deck with Scribble. We're on Draw No. It looks like Scuttling Cicada, Artful Hologram. Okay, this is blue-red. Like nearly mono red, splashing blue for Scuttling Cicada, level up on Artful Hologram, and research grants. This is kind of like a tempo, aggro, burn sort of thing. Okay, I get it, I get it. We got research grant, which we're going to flip with Fabricated Anomaly, Ignited Soul, and Artful Hologram. We got Searing Grace, which we're going to enable with a bunch of the same stuff. We have a very low curve. The curve ends at 3 with Searing Grace, but functionally more like 2, because Searing Grace is going to cost 1 a lot of the time. But we're going to keep drawing cards with all of these kind of card filtering, card advantage, cheap creatures. Okay, kind of a new archetype we haven't seen before. Mono base looks very standard. Oh, Station of Sunray, that makes sense. Yeah. Ooh, and collector's items. I'd love to see collector's item. Some respect on this name. This card's really good. It's better unconditional removal than any of the red stuff. We got another blue-red deck next. It's Crush Castle. This is the Savvy Smith deck. Yep, this is the Savvy Smith deck. I believe Crush brought something looking a lot like this last GP. This looks like exactly the same deck. 20 lands. Wow, I did not have 20 lands in my deck when I ran kind of a similar deck back in the Plane Chase GP. Yep. This is no Covetous Frostworm. We're on Blistering Cryo Phoenix instead. Blistering Cryo Phoenix with let's get back our Industrializes, Firebolts, and Igneous Visions. And the 4 of Ripples of History. So, really prepared for some significant kind of card advantage grind. Yeah, this is an archetype that certainly took a hit with the loss of its best card draw engine, which was Lightspeed Launcher, but still hanging around, still doing things. Magma Dragons on no Swablues, no Kings. So this is, I think I've seen Magma talking about this before. This is Blue-Black Weather. Blue-Black Weather mid-range, where we are on Sandstorm Dancer. We are on Sandstorm Dancer, which we are triggering a 4 enigmatic. Do we have any other fetch lands? No, it's just Primal Fissure as fetch lands, but still, yeah. So the classic weather plan. This is Swablu. Yeah, this is kind of Swablu Seas minus the Swablu. We have Meteorologist and Dancer get you like Sea Breeze and Rain Dance. Those are permanents you can sack. Those are non-token permanents you can sack at Host of the Neverending Revel. We also have Omens to sack and Phoenix's Touches. Yep, kind of a blue-black, tempo-ish, control-ish sort of thing. All looks pretty standard for as much as for my first time seeing Sandstorm Dancer get any respect. Moving on to myself. Okay, well, boy, keep scrolling. Myself, Dr. Chipmunk, unbelievable, undeniable, unstoppable. This is Sultai Titans, Sultai Golems. Basically, I tried out Sultai Golems kind of end of last month, and I had a lot of success with it. And then this month, I've had no success of anything else. So I figured I'd just run the Golems. This is like a somewhat tuned list with like no A Journey Begins. Instead, 3 Omen of Deceptions, 3 Root Fossil. With the cheeky, the last deck list change I made, the one of main deck Make an Escape for the Salt Equity. When they get got by the one of Make an Escape, that'll put some fear in their heart. Other than that, just normal stuff. Oh, and the one of Controlled Ecosystem as well. Because with no A Journey Begins, I can afford 1 additional tap land. Other than that, pretty normal. 1 Sizcall on the sideboard for mono black control, 3 Avert Disaster for ramp. Your little Ozin's Blessing package of Maskmith Architect Exorcist Agent. Yep, golems. If you don't have removal, they'll kill you real bad. Epid is running at black, which means this is probably the same deck we saw last GP. Certainly looks like that to me. This is 4 Damn to Hell, 4 Heap Ludicon, Exorcist Inner Rings. I know there were a lot of different builds of mono black, or rather, there were 2 different builds of mono black last time that both made top 10. Look, this one's on the Inner Rings people in the main deck, but has the Life Hackers in the sideboard. It seems to be the main difference between the various mono black decks is what your main deck 4-drop is. Inner Rings people make sense as just kind of better into removal, better into grindier matchup Life Hacker, better into stuff with less removal or small creatures. And Past and Resolve. I'm really impressed by Past and Resolve. I saw basically none of this card for the entirety of GQ Chaos Reign season, and now it's just come out of the woodwork now that mono black control is more of a real thing. And this card's really efficient. I mean, it's effectively like 2 mana draw 2, lose 2, with the upside of milling, because you could mill a Damn to Hell, and that's +1 on your future Damn to Hells. Or an All That Remains, even. Yep, mono black control, proven strategy. Excited to see where it goes here. 7 Nix is on another Sultai Golems list, it looks like. Yep, we got the Hangs. But this is, this one is not on an Ozin's Blessing package. So no Ozin's Blessing. Instead, we are on much more removal. We have 4 Killing in the Name of, and 4 Momentous Strike, and 4 Hang. So 12 main deck removal spells, on top of being able to tap things down with Unspeaking Titan. So this is much more of, this deck looks like it assembles the Titans a lot slower, but it's a lot more interactive in exchange, and even has Past Unresolved as well, which, you'll get double black eventually. I'm sure you have like 16 or something black sources in there. And Laystone Vigor. Okay, so this is the plan. We get down a Titan. It doesn't matter if we can't attack with it yet. We're going to put down Laystone Vigor, and then every time we cast a sorcery, we're going to draw a card, because our curve stops at 2 apart from the Titans. So as long as we have a 3-power creature in play, every sorcery draws a card. Okay, that's a cool little angle to take golems in. I like it. Heck, it's Iron Defense. Wow. I guess Iron Defense is the version of Make an Escape that beats Fall of Alantin? That's why this is here? I guess it also gains life. Now this card's good. I've never seen this card before. Yeah, this seems good. Wow, I did not know about this card. Yeah, I mean, I guess you side in against like red-based decks where they try to point removal at your golems, and then you stop it, and then you also gain a ton of life. Interesting. And Walk Among the Dead too. Okay, this one I believe in less. I'm less confident in Walk Among the Dead in your 11 creature deck, because it's not a reliable hit on turn 1. But cool options here. Mono base look standard, 2 cityscapes, so willing to take those. Interesting. All Who Wander's skill issue. This is skill link without the skill link, because this is a butchery deck. That is the plan. We are a butchery deck. We have to do non-combat damage to opponent, which we will do with Lavaborn Slug, and Hell's Boon, and Bleeding Out, and Searing Grace, and High Voltage, and Terminal Infect, and Fireball. So we are 4 butchery, and every other main deck card can do damage to our opponent's face. So this is just black, red, green, burn. Nearly mono red, splashing the 1 swamp and the 1 forest. Furies is the natural order to stop life gain out of the sideboard. Hungry Blob for all the artifacts and enchantments. Out with the old for big creatures. Yeah, this all makes sense. I've run into this deck in League. It is a not fun deck to lose to. Because it does one thing and it does it well. Yeah, the last cut from my sideboard was Sifting Through Set. I just couldn't find room for the Sifting Through Set. This is a matchup where I'd want those Sifting Through Set. Ricky on Consonanceless Consonants. This looks like the same deck that Ricky was on last month. No, this is not. This is because last month was a Weftheart deck. This is not a Weftheart deck. This is just straight up ramp. We got Sunsoaker and Escapist as our 2-mana ramp spells, plus Fossil, so 12 2-mana ramp spells, plus Straussian Gentrifiers on 3, and then we're right up into and Avalanche as our only main deck interaction, all the way up to Aurora, which ramps us into like Scosa and Rev Monument. And yeah, if Rev Monument hits Undefined Behavior, you get 2 more Rev Monuments, which presumably gets you your entire deck. You can sack your little Monodorks to get that. Yeah, I've seen versions of this going around. This seems like much like what Ricky was running. No, sorry, much like the Philippe's Graveyard Ramp deck. This is just like the most straightforward possible version. 4 interaction spells. Everything else is ramp and things to ramp into. It gets to Revolutionary's Monument very consistently. And then the mana you need to make this work. It's Jund mana. Sideboard looks normal. Nice to see Noxious Conditions coming out here over Chronicle, which would be your typical one here. But I guess Noxious Conditions, even if you kill your own Sunsoakers and Concurrent Escapist, they still get to ramp you one final time. Interesting, by the way, we see like Censor Tablet out of all who wander. I think everyone else so far has been on. If they're on a sideboard Grave Hate artifact, it's been Soul Guide. Yeah, Soul Guide I think is the most popular one. Hits the most things and it costs 1. Although Censor Tablet, I guess Censor Tablet is here because of Searing Grace, or I guess because you have a lot of instants, you can leave up the 2. Maybe just trying to be different. I don't know why there's Censor Tablet in this deck. This one's in Soul Guide. Kumrak, Golgari midrange with the very final season for Bias. Bias? Bias? I don't know how to pronounce this. Bias the Poison Drinker. This is a card that just come out of nowhere. I haven't been around for the entirety of TRX's tenure, but this card was nowhere on my radar. I'd never heard of it before it popped up just this season and started causing a lot of problems. This thing looks really good. It's like what's that get from the 3-mana? Yeah, that 3-mana get from Cannon Magic that draws a card and loses 1 life whenever a creature hits an opponent. That's mono black, like that, except slightly worse. But still, that card's pretty good. And there's kind of a Death Touch package, if I remember. There's Ivridiki, which gives you bonuses for your Death Touch creatures. Bias is the Death Touch creature, and Heap Ludicon is the Death Touch creature. And so is Cybele of the Frozen Faith. Ooh. That's cool. And we're on the normal, like, Downlink, Overload, Hang, Final Fate. And yeah, the game plan here, we have our cheap evasive creatures, Sky Raiders and Ignited Soul. Exorcist clears the way, and then Everdiki and Bias give us bonuses for chugging through. Data Weaver and Inner Rings People, just incredibly efficient mid-range bombs that you have to deal with, as always. Yeah, this deck, it's real. I have lost the heck to this deck a lot. Even Capital Sky Raiders, which looks a little innocuous as the only integrate card in the whole deck. Okay, it's mainly here for Bias, but it can get there eventually. Galician, what is Galician cheese on? Okay, whoa. Okay, hey, someone's splitting promos. Okay, just looking at this deck, I don't recognize a bunch of these cards. We have Riselings. Okay, we're making cards leave our graveyard. We have Carefree Mortalist. I mean, I do know what this card does, but okay. We have Thorn Lasher Mortis. Okay, so we have. We're have to figure this one out with me. Okay, we have Ever-Present Rot, Riseling, and Thorn Lasher Mortis, all of which care about cards leaving our graveyard. But no Catabolist somehow. Catabolist is like the card I would expect if we're doing this, but no Catabolist. Instead, we're enabling that with Carefree Mortalist, which can cash cards from our graveyard if it's corrupted. Trawl the Net, which is like a. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised this has seen play somewhere. It's a pretty decent regrowth. And Archaic Obelisk. And a Fabric Anomaly. Fabric Anomaly exile stuff from your graveyard too. Okay. By the way, this might be like a 4th Jund deck we've seen so far, and they're all completely different from each other. We got more Mask Smiths in the main deck, and then our normal. Oh, all that remains also removes stuff from your graveyard when you flashback it. Okay, I kind of get what's going on here. I don't fully understand how this deck wins a game, but it looks cool. Wild stuff going on here. Mask from the sideboard. Micah need. Oh, this is the same one, but you gain 2 life. Okay. And Fido, Frag. Oh, and okay, we're on archival storage here. Okay. This is a wild deck. Can't wait to see how this thing performs. Platy People is on Slumbering Grove. Well, there is in fact Slumbering Grove in this deck. And this is Titans. This is also, wow, I've started a trend apparently. Because this is another Sultai Titans deck. As a Sultai Titans connoisseur, I will evaluate this deck. Oh, this is the Extraction Mission version. Okay, so we're not on Ragtag Squad at all. This is just the Extraction Mission. Which means you have to bend into 4-color mana, which is slightly sketchy. Ooh, especially for the colorless land. Wow. This is mainly here for the last ability, which is quite good on any of your Titans. I believe this mana works. So yeah, and the one main deck Duress makes sense. Like, the thing about Titans is you are so good against aggro. Like, Unspeaking Titan just does such a number on anyone trying to attack you with creatures that you can afford to put like anti-control stuff like Duress or even Extraction Mission in your main deck. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is a Herald of Awakening instead of Ragtag Squad as the extra golem, and Extraction Mission, flashing the red for Extraction Mission. And Extraction Mission on golems is serious business. One of Thunderous Avalanche in the main too. Really cool stuff. Hangs, negates, yep, normal looking sideboard right here. Cool. Wiffle, this is, yeah, okay, this is the deck Wiffle's been running a lot. This is very similar to Ricky's deck from earlier. Ooh, but this is just ramp. Yep. Sunsoaker is Game Mist. Revolution's Monument remains the premium ramp target to ramp into, but we now have 2 Warden Treasures and a Hoenn Champion as alternate ramp targets. Ooh, and an Ardent Rise in the mana base. Nice to see. Yeah, this is very similar. Just ramp, straightforward ramp. Hope Revolutionary's Monument finishes the game. It's an effective strategy. To no one's surprise, Silver is running back the deck that got to top 4 in the last GP. We are on Melons, Kitsune Matriarch, Smart Shoppers, Lost Resistor, Wayward Drax. Yep, this is, so we are basically, last time I remember there were 2 of the 3 mana Exalted Draw card creatures. We are off of those. Instead, we are on Bind Life to Steal in the main deck. Makes sense. Okay, so Silver's expecting removal. Makes sense. This card was great whenever it came in, so it seems reasonable to have it here. And Swift Reproach is out of the main deck in exchange for Lost Connection, which makes sense. Swift Reproach has gotten so much worse in all my testing. I've tried the new Swift Reproach, and it just feels so bad. So bad. Looming Firehawk in the sideboard, 4 Duress, 1 more Bind, 3 Cull Populace. Oh, this is you don't control. This is a card I've looked at a bunch of times. I've never really registered it. It's because it's non-token, and the decks you often want against are. But this is, I mean, it seems great in the mirror at least. A lot of non-token creatures with power 2 or less. Interesting. I wonder what other matchups that's for. H-Squid is stealing a deck. This is this is white-black removal. White-black, like, mid-range grunt. Okay, so we are on 4 Rooftops Link. Great card at forcing a small game. Same with Exorcist of Errors. Those tear apart opponent's hand. Bringer is a removal, or late game can be a threat. Same with Archon. We got a removal speed of 3 drag. Wow, the split 3 drag and 3 hang. We are split on which of these we want. Interesting. And 4 Final Fate in the main, plus 4 Banisher Rifle. Ooh, Banisher Rifle. I guess Banisher Rifle pretty good with Rooftops Link. All of these, like, flyers, I guess. Sure. And 4 main deck Absentia. Wow. We are like, we really do not want our opponents to cast a 1-drop on turn 1 when we are on the play. 4 main deck Absentia. Yeah, I guess it has hits against everyone. Mono base looks normal. 3 gates to the Umberworld. A Fuda Mistress as our graveyard hate of choice in the sideboard. That's really interesting. Yeah, this card was like, obviously you didn't want to be on this last month because of Rib Combo. Rib Combo, you need instant speed graveyard hate. This doesn't do it. But I guess if you're expecting, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what graveyard deck you're expecting where this is good. But if you're expecting some of them, this is something you could run. 2 Looming Psyhawk makes sense. 1 Archon makes sense. 3 Sinido. I wonder what matchups those are for. 4 Duress, in case Absentia is not good, out of the sideboard. 2 Ripple Effect. Okay. So this is just our... Is this really our best white naturalized? No, there's Change Allegiances. I guess we have some things to blink. You could blink a Archon of Condemnation and a Bringer of Hands. I guess those are good things to blink. Oh, and you get 2 of them. Okay. Yeah, that's a cool tech. That's a cool tech. Interesting. Francis, oh dear, how my berries have fallen. We are on. Okay, this is a variant on the white-black kind of tokens aggro deck that Silver is on. Only 2 Matriarchs. Only 2 Melons. Instead, we are on 2 Pathetic Cocoons. Ooh, okay. So we're like leaving even harder into the token thing. 4 Acolytes, 4 Drex, 4 Shoppers, 3 Replicas, and 4 Matter Harvester. Ooh, so this is a only 1 waste to cast our 4 Matter Harvester because we have 3 Coalesced, 4 Coalesced, and we can get this off Primal Fissure. Okay, still slightly scary for 2 CC. Wow, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 colorless sources for your double pipped colorless card? That seems scary. If you're really in a pinch, you could Temple of Origin's name like white and blue, and then you're Swamp Step for colorless. Plasma Strike, Deathly Scrooge. This still on Swift Approach. And Sundering the Fleet. Yeah, Sundering the Fleet. This is a card I like. It's very efficient. I was wondering if we'd see this around at some point soon. It seems a very good thing to sacrifice the Pathetic Cocoon tool, too. Yeah, I guess like it's Deadly Dispute number 5 and 6. Sideboard, two more Plasma Strike for aggro, Swift Approach, Duress, Binds Life to Steel. So this is like a more artifact-focused, less aggressive, I guess, version of Silver's deck. Interesting. Cool to see. Oh, Tomas. They have taken away Tomas's beloved Stratostorm, and Tomas is on a new way of cheesing out giant things. This is Lorana. This is Axiomatic Shift combo. The Axiomatic Shift wants me to remove a bunch of counters from a creature. What about the 12 counters on Lorana Loop's End? And then what if the rest of the deck was just card draw and counter spells? Yep. And we were on 4 Sealing Strike and 2 Invasions End as interaction. And 2 Silent Lakefront. Ho 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 ho. So yeah, we're just gonna control the game, and then we're gonna lay down a Lorana, and then we're gonna Axiomatic Shift. And that is the only way we are going to win a game, I think, is Axiomatic Shift for Vorpal Titan or Privilege Escalation. Neato. Nice to see that people are still finding new combo routes, even like in the second month of this format. Sideboard looks pretty normal. Yeah. This seems like this has even less of a fair plan than Stratustorm. This is just straight up a combo deck. And Meditation too, wow. I guess we really are hard done by for card draw. Meditation. You don't even I guess you need it to be an instant because you're a control deck and you're leaving a bunch of instants. So you can't like use nerfed Syscall. Wild. No idea how good this deck is. And Lorana is our only way to activate Axiomatic Shift. We don't even have like Dormant Monstrosity. Wild. Red Panda's Bear banishes you to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, ooh. You're seeing... So this is... Wait, this is... Okay, this deck looks pretty familiar. This is that same Banisher Rifle Absentia deck we saw last time. Where is that? Yeah, but instead of Final Fate and the other two, we are on Offset Demon. Red Panda Bear bringing their own design, Offset Demon. That is the only red card main deck. So this is once again this is Mardu removal, all trade, make the game small, then hope that these flyers that are recursive and interactive can finish the game. And there's one red card in the sideboard. There's Saboteur's Immolation, which makes sense. Okay, it's interesting. We've seen a lot of what I'd call control or pretty slow decks, but none of them in creatureless. They're slow creature focused decks, which I like to see. It's more interactive, more fun for me. PTM is running it back. This is Esper Tempo. Let's see if I remember how good Esper Tempo. There. Okay. If I remember, this looks pretty familiar. This might be card for card the same deck. Yeah, Scrapyard, 3 Scrapyard, the one of Convol. Yep. Sideboard might be a little different. I don't exactly recall what was in PTM sideboard last time. Yeah, I mean, that deck got top 10 last time, and I don't believe anything got nerfed out of it, so makes sense that we'll see it here again. Oh god, okay. For Pride Month, Lizor has brought... By the way, congrats on joining the curator team, Lizor. Awesome lesbian couple, Smith and Thrasher, versus evil and intimidating Ephemia of the Horse, Anomalies, the Envy cheering them on. This is mono red heroic. That is... Yeah, this is mono red heroic. This is... Wow, not what I expected Liz to be on. Yeah, for Ephemia of the Horse. Yeah, this card is still kind of messed up. Still, yeah, we got the Rasamar Forerunner and Ironcliff Blaster as our less good heroic payoffs. And then kind of Savvy Smith, Cash Thrasher, hey, my promos, and Fabricated Anomaly. 2 Ignition, 4 Conscript! Oh no! Wow, the 4 main deck of Conscript, we're gonna take my golems. That's very rude. I guess you can't attack the golems. But you stopped me from blocking with them, I guess. Yeah, Reply to the Call, Face of Animosity. Only 2 Face of Animosity. I would expect a Face of Animosity to be the best combat trick you have access to, but it's only 2 of them. 3 Mental Charge. Yes, this is red Spellslinger aggro with just enough heroic stuff to support Ephemia. 2 grip Festivarium, makes sense. Groove Surfer? What's this doing here? I guess, okay, I think I see the vision. Okay, the vision is if the aggro plan doesn't look good, they got a lot of sweeper, they got a lot of removal, we can take out some of the less impactful creatures, we can put in Groove Surfer, and that'll ramp us up to Evi Viva, Koyos, and big terminal impacts. So we have a sideboard into big... Yeah, we're going to sideboard into Big Red, featuring Groove Surfer. Wild. I was half expecting Lizor to be bringing Automated Apiarist combo to this GP, because I know it's what Liz's been playing with before, but this is coming out of left field. I'm a fan of this deck, notwithstanding the fact that Ephemia still kills people on turn 3. As long as that doesn't happen to me, I'm a real fan of this deck. Oh, hi, Zengi. Hi, Zengi. You're on white-blue control. Exit! Someone's finally running Exit! Yay! Someone's finally found a deck with no Planeswalkers or enchantments, so they can actually run Exit. Yeah, this is not Ifara. This is, in fact, no enchantments at all. No Benslos, no Ifara. We are on 2 main deck Cyhawks, 3 Cyberthrows. Yeah, this is just straight up... How the heck are we enabling Ifara's Judgment? What? Ifara's Judgment is just... It's just you're never... This is a never on Ifara's Judgment, right? We have... Yeah, I guess we're not getting Cyberthrows into Battlefield very often. We need 2 Raburga lives or a Psyhawk and an exit. Okay, and we are on 4 Tapestry Edge and 3 Seafloor Treasures. Like, the answer question of Tapestry Edge or Seafloor Treasures, both, apparently. Death Deflection as the other 2 mana instant. Yeah. This deck looks wild. I don't understand how this deck, like... I guess we generate card advantage with Tapestry Edge and Seafloor Treasures, and that's it. Wild. 100 Hidden Pillars, makes sense. Sideboard looks normal. Ooh, Turn to Nyx. Let's see Turn to Nyx. I'm not sure it's quite the month for it. Let's see this showing up again. Provocative on Coveted Peacock's round 1 matchup. I don't even know if Coveted Peacock's in this GP. It is... Oh, right. This is because Peacock matched up into Prov on mono green aggro like 2 GPs in a row. And this is mono green aggro, Buffery Conservatory, 4 Seeker of New Horizons. 0-1 Seeker of New Horizons, still putting in the work. Yeah, I got Decklists with 1-1 Seeker of New Horizons. That felt pretty good. Orochi Soulfang, Aspiring Anarchist, Growing Gecko. We're back on Growing Gecko, I guess. Skull and Fever, Brutal Throat Crusher, Yen Slipgator, Stonework Titan. Yep, 2 Ozin's Blessed Fortune. Yep, this is just normal mono green aggro. Yeah, we've basically, compared to the Chiku Chaos Rain season, we have taken out the nerfed cards. Well, not Seeker, but we've taken out Grassroots Campaigners. We've put in 2 Throat Crushers, 2 Titans, and 2 Soulfangs. Yep. Mask Smiths. No main deck Mask Smiths. Only Mask Smiths out of... Really? Not even 1 main deck Mask Smith for the Ozin's Blessing? Okay. For Avalanche, 3 Strike, 2 Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. Yep, this deck is... I can confirm this deck is still good. I imagine even with 0-1 Seeker, it is still good. This is... This is Bant Titans. Yeah, I remember Viola asking about this. This is Bant Titans. So we are on Unspeaking Unflinching, plus Runes Awaken, no Ragtag Squad. Instead, we are on the Slumbering Grove Herald of Awakening package with Monument to Might. Ooh, haven't seen this in a while. Monument to Might. Fancy. I guess that's more runes for Herald of Awakening. We got any runes in the mono base? We do not. We also don't have any Contest Coordinator. I guess don't have that many hits for Contest Coordinator, to be fair. Okay. Other than that, looks pretty normal. 3 Sky Pillar. 3 colorless lands in your 3-color deck. That is ambitious. I guess we have 2 Silliman District is how we're trying to deal with that. No Shocklands at all. I guess Slumbering Grove is going to help hopefully solve our fixing problems. And even Indomitable G-Crew. Interesting. I guess we kind of have a ramp package with the groves and the fossils and the monuments. So we can get to G-Crew. Cool. This is like very different from the Golems list I've been looking at. A lot fewer Golems, I guess. Cool nonetheless. And that is our last deck. Yeah, 22. Yeah, only 22. I suppose like 30 last month. This has been a pretty busy time in Custom Magic between Field Test is starting up, big stuff happening in Survivor, Secret Santa going on. I know that's keeping me busy. Let's just quick look at our matchups. Scribble on White-Red Tempo versus Nyx on Titans. This actually... No, wait, this is Removal Titans. Yes, Nyx looks pretty favored here. Bleeding Out and Searing Grace don't kill any Titans. And if you can keep these creatures down, and so like this deck can't interact with Titans. Titan's probably gonna be favored against it. Zangi on blue-white, no enchantment control. Panda's on... Ooh, okay, this looks pretty good for Zangi, at least game 1, because Panda's has all this removal, which does very little. 4 drag, 2 harps. Absentia even doesn't do that much. Banish Rifle doesn't do anything. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good for Zangi game 1, but then game 2, we get the 4 duress, so hopefully that lets us force through some of these creatures a little more effectively. Next up, Tomas on Lurana combo versus Platy on Titans. This could go either way, honestly. Neither deck is like perfectly well set up to interact with each other. Yeah, like Unspeaking Titan tapping down Tomos's creatures doesn't do much, but on the other hand, Tomos is really relying on these counter spells. I guess the counter spells mostly work, so Tomos might be able to pull this out. Invasion then not great against golems though. Oh wow, I matched up against Prov. I'm on Sultai Titans, and Prov is on mono green aggro. I mean, you never want to count out mono green aggro because they can like turn 1 Anarchist, turn 2 Sleeper Insurgent, turn 3 basically anything, and kill you pretty quickly. But I don't know, I feel pretty solidly favored into any kind of deck that just plays creatures and doesn't interact with me, because I'm gonna cheat out a whole bunch of Unspeaking Titans. Galician Cheese on black on Jund exile cards from my graveyard versus black-white berries. This is just going to be a good old slugfest. This is going to be a yeah, I think Francix is going to be on the beatdown, and then Galician's going to be on the defensive, and I think it's going to be pretty even. Viola versus PDM, we have Bant Titans versus, this is Esper Tempo, right? Yep. Esper Tempo looks like it can probably hold up to Titans, as long as it, draws the hang or the empty shell at the critical moment. Yet with the old. Thing to say about golems, they don't block super well on turns like 1 to 3. So these Aphanized Revelers and Exorcists and Ignitos, they're going to be getting in there for quite a while. And they can't really block flyers at all. Okay. Yeah, they'll be dynamic, I think. Crush, still on blue-red flashback, versus Ricky on Constellus' Constellance. Ooh, does Crush have any counter magic? No, this looks pretty good for Ricky, because Crush is just going to have to race, and this deck is not super fast. It's kind of more teched into value stuff with Shigane Burns, Ripples of History, Cryo Phoenix, rather than like the more aggressive ones that have like Ironcliff's Blaster. And against this ramp deck, you just need to get them dead. Have counter magic or get them dead, or both. And Avalanche is going to clean up pretty well. It does look pretty good for Ricky. Squid on black-white removal versus All Who Wander on Burn. Burns, oh boy, yeah, this looks pretty good for All Who Wander, because H-Squid is not super fast. They got no way. I guess they can gain life off of Confined to Eternity, but they only got one creature there's only one creature on the opponent's side to put it on. Other than that, most of this removal is pretty dead against just Burn and Butchery. Oof. Kumrak on Golgari midrange versus Silver on white-black aggro. Okay, this will be another like just like creature-based slugfest. Gonna be like a good old game of Limited here. Whoever gets on the board ahead's going to snowball pretty hard. Kumrak with Biosses and Data Weavers and Inner People if they can get those going. Silver with Smart Choppers and Replicas and Acolytes if they can get those going. Leah on Mono Red Aggro versus Wiffle on Ramp. Yeah, this is the kind of deck that can beat Ramp. You just got to be fast. Bolt their birds. Take out the conscripts post board for more burn. Presumably. Yeah, it's it'll be explosive. And Magma Dragon on, I really have no idea how this deck performs. Blue-black Weather versus Epid on mono-black Control. Interesting. I just don't know about this. Obviously, Magma Dragon's creatures probably aren't long for this world, but they all have pretty relevant enter triggers, and if you can get out of Primordial Seas, Epid is not great at interacting with it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how this goes. We'll see. Okay, well, I got my match against Prov coming up pretty soon. I'll hope to record that. Till then, bye.